Welcome back to another edition of Doing It with Dish. Drug the old Coleman canoe in here, put it on a little set of wheels. It was about a 3/4 mile drag in here, but everything went really good. And the other day, the colors are so beautiful, and I haven't been brook trout fishing in years. I said, why don't you go, Dish? Got some gear loaded up, got in here in the dark this morning, everything unloaded out of the truck, put the wheels under the canoe, came on in. And all over, almost anywhere, there's these little trout ponds that are designated kind of trophy spots. This is one of them. And the season on this body of water runs a little bit later than most. So I'm able to fish here late October. I'm all set to go. I'm gonna get out on the water. We'll try and catch some fish. First fish of the day. In this little pond, they gotta be 15 inches to keep. This one's probably, I don't know, 12, 13 inches. Now I'm just gonna leave them right in the net and just cut them loose. And away he goes. Hopefully we get a big one. You know, I left home about 2 hours before daylight this morning. I wanted to kind of do that morning fish here. And it turned out pretty good. I did actually catch 4 trout. Now, only one of them may have been legal. It would have been close. The hook came out in the net. It was a nice release. Let it go. And then caught 3 other undersized that I turned loose. Well, that wasn't bad. But the clouds have come in now and the wind has picked up. So I stopped on shore here. Had to get the tent set up, get things organized, got some firewood for later. And it's also time to cook some lunch. So last night I diced up some potatoes, a little bit of onion, put some bacon and Spam in here. And these are just going on here. And that'll be lunch. Now to get the canoe in here, I took ratchet straps and strapped on some wheels. Now these wheels are more for a kayak. And if I do this again, I think I'll get something with bigger wheels, more for a canoe. But coming in here, it worked. You know, it was about a 3/4 mile hike in here. Probably took me an hour, but that's not so bad. Now, I've never fished this lake before, so I'm kind of learning as I'm going. Fishing that 8 to 10 feet of water right now, and that seemed to be, this morning anyway, where the fish are. But now with it clouding up and a wind change, we'll see what happens. I'm gonna get lunch cooked, have a snack, get back out on the water. That's a pretty good snack right there. Doesn't take long on that fire. Potatoes, some of that good maple Spam. This is good eating right here. This brook trout is about 16 inches long. It's legal size, and I tried to release it, but it ended up bellied up, and after about 10 minutes, it didn't look so good. So being that it was a legal fish, I scooped it up. So what we're gonna do now is I brought some tin foil, so we're gonna wrap that thing in tin foil, and that's gonna be dinner. What we're gonna do here now is just stuff it with some butter, put some butter around it, and then what I'm gonna do is sprinkle it with Tony's, because everything is good with Tony's on. And wrap that up and throw it on the fire, let that simmer. That is going to be some good eating right there. All right, there it is. All set to eat. I'm not eating outside though. It's raining right now. Thunder and lightning to the south. It's coming. So I'm going to hop in the tent, have this little snack inside. But we'll be back at her in the morning. Well, that brook trout sure tasted good for supper, but it's raining right now, thundering and lightning. Looks like it's heading this way. Hopefully it misses me, because I don't need a thunderstorm tonight. But whatever happens, it's gonna happen. So I'm gonna call it a night. Tomorrow morning, get up, get a little snack, and then get out on the water, try and catch some more fish. Last night wasn't good. It rained hard most of the night. At least those thunderstorms, I could see the lightning. It stayed just south and moved east. of where I was, so that wasn't so bad. So before I went in the tent, I put a whole bunch of wood on the fire. Got up this morning, there's some hot coals there. Enough to warm up a little coffee out of the thermos. And once it gets a little more daylight, get back in the canoe. I'm gonna get out there and fish for a couple hours, then slowly get things packed up and get the wheels back on the canoe and head out. So maybe fishing will be good this morning. With them thunderstorms rolling through, who knows? But we'll give it a shot for sure. Just got back from the morning fishing. Fishing was kind of slow. You know, you try and target a certain area where you think it would be good. And I tried both spoons, spinners, small crankbaits, and not one of those was really effective. I caught a couple fish on each one. One really didn't work better than the other. Different areas, I tried deep, I tried shallow. The fish seemed to be kind of all over the place, not in one general area that I could target a certain lure to a certain depth. But it was a lot of fun. And I'm gonna come back and do this again. And you try and get good releases on your fish. And most of the time they're hooked in the lips. You get that hook out and let them go and it works out good. But unfortunately that one last night, and I don't know why, did he flop around too much? Not sure what happened, but when he was bellied up for a while, it was time to take him in and have him for supper. But you need to check the regulations on all these little trout lakes. A lot of them are different. When season closes, what you can use for bait, size limit. You got to kind of watch what you're doing on different bodies of water. So I'm going to finish up my breakfast here, slowly get packed up and call it an adventure. But I'm going to come back because catching big trout is a lot of fun. Hope you enjoyed the quick video, and until next time, thanks for watching.